Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Odious Soul for another hump day hangout with some of my crazy peoples. So I am, of course, Shannon Oates, the Odious Soul. And who woo. So sorry, I always do that, don't I? Maybe you didn't hear it, but like a big loudspeaker thing just happened. Anyhow, who do I have over here with the pink hair and the
Oh,
blankie?
I'm Amanda, and you can find me at all the Stay Fast and Weird things, like Instagram and not Facebook. Maybe a little Snapchat if you're into it. I'm not into it, so, but whatever. Find me on Instagram and TikTok. Those are fun.
And then who do we have in the sexy new snap-on jacket down there?
That was free by
Oh, a
Mike.
free Snap-on jacket? How much did you buy
Yeah,
before you got that
that's
jacket?
what I was like. I was like, how much
Wait,
does
we
it
will
have to
touch on this.
spend?
Mike, Twisty Rider, Instagram, TikTok. And I had to spend the jacket was free. And I got a bunch of free things. And I
This
bought
guy bought a full toolbox, didn't he? You bought a
no,
toolbox, replenished
no,
it. That's how you got that jacket.
no,
I know
no,
how
no.
Snap-on works.
My toolbox is my toolbox now. So
How long did it take you to pay it off?
well, I guess
No,
technically it's not mine.
he just got this jacket. So he hasn't mentioned how much he spent today. Like I think I might have thrown out like $1,000, and he was like, I didn't spend that much.
It wasn't that much.
But then he was showing me that he just does have something on order. I don't know if that was included in today's
No,
total or
that's not.
not.
That's not.
I that's what I thought. So yeah. Yeah. All right, but
Wow.
anyway, but hold on real fast before we go any farther. Jill, I gotta say hi to Cabinland back in Maryland. Hey Jill, Dan, Ben, and Stella. Not Stella. Oh my goodness, Jenna. Ben and Jenna. Stella, rest in peace. Thinking of you, girl. Anyway, can I play the doggy video for everybody real fast because it's so cute?
Absolutely.
All right. So Jill, my best friend who I left way back in Maryland, I miss her so much. You guys, she is like the best, but she sent me like this video of Ben. So Ben is her little tiny doggy. He's not that little. He's like mid-sized, but to me he's small because I can trip over him. Anyway, she sent
Trip
me
over a
this
lot of dogs though.
too.
I
It's
was
the
gonna say
power
you could
of
you could trip over me. I'm so small.
dog.
I'm about as small as this dog.
But Ben used to like love to come to my house, and he knows the name Shannon. He knows a Shannon, and he knows Shannon is probably associated with some kind of food because I'm such a bad person. I would always like feed the dogs. Like I would get maybe a little high and drinky, and then I would like feed the dogs whatever like snack munchie that I brought over, and like the dogs would just sit
Mm.
there and stare at me, and I just couldn't help myself. But anyway, so let me share this cute little video she sent me right before the show.
Want to go watch Shannon? Do you want to watch Shannon? Huh? You want to watch Shannon? It's almost time. It's almost
See, isn't it just like the best? And
The
let me
best.
tell you, like, okay, so like I'm not a huge dog lover, but I the problem is like I have like when I get to know a dog, like I'm gonna love the dog way too much. That's my problem with like Ben and Jenna, their other dog, like, oh, but babies, can I just tell you, like babies too, like I have an employee who just came back from like a 6-month maternity leave yesterday, and I got to see a baby on a Zoom meeting yesterday morning. And oh my gosh, I am just so glad I fixed myself so I can't like accidentally or on purposely get pregnant. I'm just so happy
Samesies.
about that because let me tell you, like you see
Samesies
babies,
as
and you're
well.
like, oh my god, look at a baby, and like in a moment of stupidity, you can do something that'll like basically screw you for the next 18 plus years, and it's amazing. Like I just it's amazing how just a moment of weakness you can do things that just so I'm glad I made decisions to make sure that didn't happen, but this baby was so cute. Anyhow, all right,
Yeah.
back to snap on.
I don't want to talk about babies. I got fixed too. I'm sterilized. No babies coming out of this.
Same here.
I don't sterilize. Like I could always reverse it if I really wanted to, but No,
You
none.
can wait, so you just got your tubes tied? Because like I'm not reversible.
Cauterized. Cauterized, yeah. I still have
Oh,
my
yeah.
ovaries. I still have a uterus. I still have a cervix. Like all the parts are there. They just the doctor the doctor went in for exploratory surgery. So I was like, hey, like while you're in there, can you make it so I never can have babies again? You know, and he was like, yeah. So he was like, but just remind me the day of the surgery. He's like, because I can't put it in your charts because otherwise they won't approve it. Like it was, like how medical coding and billing is and stuff. So I didn't want him to forget. So when he walked into my little like pre-op room, I made a sign that said no, I cut the tubes, no more babies. It was like huge. And he said like
Why are
Dr.
you fireworking?
What
I
is
don't know.
happening, dude?
I don't know. I didn't touch anything. But he walked
It
in
was
and
like an epic moment.
walked in
He
and
was celebrating that there can be no more babies.
Did you guys do something?
I didn't touch.
No, it's some fucking weird
I don't know,
glitch
but I
or
want to make it
something.
happen again. I know there's things like this, but how do you make fireworks?
I don't know.
Somebody,
I think it's worth knowing.
You went full
It
like
seems
Katy
fun.
Perry there.
I
That's a
know.
good one.
You know what? I actually turned that song on yesterday and danced and sung in the kitchen. Totally. Because sometimes you just gotta like get it out.
Maybe Siri just knew to play it that you were in a fireworking
I
mood.
mean, my birthday is July 4th, so I mean, baby, I am a firework. Oh, by the way, I wasn't planning on drinking, and I haven't had anything to drink yet. But we were talking about drinking, and we were all being so lame with our waters and the shit. So I went up and I got a glass.
I saw you grab the wine.
And let me just say, this is like not. This is a bottle of Halter Ranch. It's Ancestor from 2016. It is not the cheapest bottle of wine, not the most expensive. It's not a
Medium.
poor man's wine. But the reason why I got it is because my grandmother, Utz, her maiden name was Halter. And because it was like Halter Ranch with like Ancestor, I felt like I was meant to buy it. So that's the reason why I spent as much money on a bottle of wine as I did. So, but anyway, Mike, what are you drinking?
I got water, and I did grab a beer too because
Oh man,
I'm in the
man.
garage. I'm in the shop. I've got the fridge out here, so why not?
Hey, why not?
And what are you drinking, Amanda?
I'm drinking water, but I'm really high. I got really high on accident. Like I meant to just get a little bit just to, I've had a long week, been a great week at work, but a long one, so I'm a little tense. I was like, yeah, I'll just loosen up. And I'm like, oh no, I fucked up.
Speaking of
Where's your
getting high,
wait? Where's your tea? It's been like you haven't had tea in forever.
Bro, I'm not messy and depressy anymore. No, I don't know. I was thinking about that too. I was thinking about it earlier. I had made, I went and made dinner or something, and I was like, yeah, I want something other than water. But I didn't want like hot tea currently, right? But I was like, I'll make some for the podcast, and I forgot.
oh, I forgot. But speaking of getting high, have you ever heard of a company called Canaglobe, Amanda?
What is it?
Canaglobe?
Is that like an umbrella company?
It is. It's like a multi-level marketing thing that somebody just showed me. Apparently, like they just launched. It's not even that old, but it's
Uh,
like they do a lot of like hemp derived THC, so it's like federally legal in all 50 states and several
hmm.
countries. But yeah, it's like I am so conflicted right now. For one, I've never done a Delta 9 product, so I have no idea how it
Oh,
works.
Delta. So I actually, for whatever reason, when I first started smoking again, like, I don't know, a year or two ago, a year and a half ago, who knows? Anyway, it doesn't matter. They, even though it's legal here in New Jersey, like I just have a dispensary like a block from my house. That's like the best stuff. But like you can go to the corner store and get any like vape with Delta 8, 9, 10. I don't know the difference, but it's not terrible. Like I had one vape with it, but you know, it's pretty it's I don't know how to explain it. It's like being high, but I feel like I'm more aware, like I'm less fucked up and out of commission, but more chill.
Yeah, like it's like everything seems to be like really more medicinally like focused, but apparently
Hmm.
it's gonna still get you messed up. Like I don't know, but yeah, like so it's like I am not in a place in my life where I want to sell anybody anything. Like I really don't. Like
Nah.
I am so tired of people trying to sell me stuff. Like you can't get on any social media without just getting bombarded by like a gazillion ads and just so much
Oh
stuff all the
God.
time. I am so tired of it. And so the last thing I want to do is try to sell anything to anybody because I just feel like as a society, unless you're like a 12-year-old girl, nobody wants to see another freaking ad or try to be sold something else or have something else
Yeah,
to sell.
dude.
But
Was that a poke at Sophie?
totally. But I totally feel like this whole thing could explode and be like a huge, like I know I could probably do really well selling this and like, make a ton of money, but I just don't have the energy to want to like even attempt something like that, you know? Like I don't know.
Mm.
But it's like
Multi-level marketing is not good. It's bad. Pyramid schemes
it's
don't do
great
that.
if you get into the company early enough, like it like right now, like it's
Yeah,
great
yeah.
because but it's like once like you wait forever and then like there's just it's like LuLaRoe, when it
Oh,
first
wait.
started, it was great. The leggings,
Yeah.
like the leggings and stuff. Like
Is
when
it
they
Lululemon or
Yeah, I
what
thought it
is
was
it?
Lululemon.
the new
I don't.
Lululemon are the stores in the mall.
Oh, yeah,
LuLaRoe it's
Lululemon is
like
yeah,
at home party or like like the things like that was like person to person sales, but like
yeah.
at first like it was awesome, but then like when everybody and their mother could join, it got like the market got too saturated, oversaturated, and it just wasn't cool anymore, and then nobody could sell anything because everybody who liked it now was a business owner and there was nobody left to sell to, like
Yeah.
and that's like I just feel like a lot of multi-level marketing is like that. Like it's great until it's too oversaturated, so like now would be the time to join this, but I don't know.
What's it called?
Plus,
Hmm?
Canaglow, plus I don't know, like I don't know if I want to be like I don't know if that would like affect my like day job or anything. Like it's so weird to put yourself out there like that. Like I know laws and stuff are changing and it is like the kind of stuff they sell is federally illegal, but it's just like I don't know. I'm so torn. Like I like money. I like making money, but I also like just don't want to do sales anymore.
No, dude, I'm in sales and it's thank God I work like Amazon warehouses are my customers. It's like you don't have to really sell. They just tell you they need things and then you make $300,000 a month. It's like not me, but like in sales.
Okay.
I was gonna say, man,
Yeah.
Amanda, don't forget, like, you know, we've always been here for you. So
You guys, you and many of my writing friends definitely have. It's funny how that works, huh? Now, if I was making $300,000 a month, I'd have my own track in the backyard, which would be acres upon acres, and I'd invite everybody over. I'd have enough room. I'd have a whole fucking facility, and everybody would be invited all the time.
I don't know if I would do that because a track is a lot of maintenance, like just
It is if you have shitloads of people riding on it like a real facility, but if it's my at home thing, it might be a little easier.
well,
Like it doesn't have to be
I don't
safe.
know. And then I look at like Mike, I'm sure like, Mike would want to go let off some steam and then he would crash like while I'm out shopping at the grocery store and nobody would
why
know.
do I have to
And then
crash?
I'm like, hey, well,
Well,
Sophie.
let's be fair. The first time she ever rode ever on a track, we both wrecked. That was like such a sad day for the R3.
That wasn't a good entrance. But hey,
But we
we
both
both
got
rode in the
back
rain
up.
and
Yeah,
yeah, we
yeah. I
kept
was gonna.
going.
But I didn't
Yeah,
stop
yeah.
riding. I didn't stop riding because you guys crashed.
Nah.
Don't get me wrong. Oh my God. So I went and I like went back and I looked through all the pictures at my track days and like the
Good.
pictures from MC Bike. holy mother of scaredness. Like I am just on that bike straight up and down, like whoo. Oh, there's that I've come a long way. Still have a long way to
Yeah.
go. I've come a long way.
Yeah, that's about how it works.
Yeah,
I
Mike and I just did our last track day of the 2023 season at Barber with N2 track days this past Sunday, and it rained all day. Like we didn't have one single dry session. Like even after it stopped raining, it was still like this mist that was just like you were like, oh great, it's not raining. And then you go out there and you're like, why is my visor just full of wetness? Like as soon as you go out
yeah.
there, the visor got foggy. And then once you got rid of the fog and you deal with like the droplets of water, and because it wasn't raining like at like in the afternoon, like the drops were like so tiny because it was just like a misty, foggy kind of thing. And like
Mhm.
that's the worst kind on a visor because it doesn't get off. Like big water drops will blow off. Like the little stuff just sticks there and then you can't see. But it was still fun. I still had a blast at Barber. I can't wait to ride it in the dry. How about you, Mike?
Yeah, what's your assessment,
Same.
sir?
Well, I said once it stopped raining and like the very last session, I mean, it was still wet, but it was dry enough that even on street tires, I could still push a little bit. And the front only pushed out once, and the rear only stepped out once, but I kept it, going.
My rear
Yeah,
tire.
I'm excited to ride it. Huh?
Oh, you
What?
kind of broke up there for a second, but I was just saying, yeah, my rear tire hated me a lot.
Yeah, but it was fun. It was fun. I enjoyed it. But now Spitfire and Alfred are gonna get tore down and cleaned up and serviced and get to do it all again next season.
Next season, you're done for the year?
Well, I I so we were like we got in bed and I was like, I know I said that Barbara would be the last track day of the season, but there was one at Jennings today and like Josh Heron and I guess PG Jacobson was there too and another friend of mine was trying to make it as well and but we ended up not going obviously and so yeah I want to try to do Homestead in January but we'll see. That's like 12 hours from here.
That's 12 hours from you? Oh my God, if I drove from New Jersey, how many?
Yeah.
Yeah, no thank you. That's a lot.
You have to remember,
That's
Sue, you're just going straight down 95. Like to get to us and then go down, like you got
It's
to
only
go
like a day.
over and then
it
down.
takes me 5 hours to get to
Yeah, we gotta
NC
go. We
Bike.
have to go over 4 hours.
It takes you,
That's
doesn't it
North
take you longer
Carolina.
than that? It would take me 5 hours to get to NC
Well,
bike.
because she has to like go up and over and then down.
Well, yeah, I'm thinking
Yeah,
like
no.
bike would have been longer.
Yeah, no. NC Bike usually takes me like 5.5 hours with my bikes. And I usually bring both of them if I go down there. Do I? No, I don't. I only bring the one because I don't like all the weight back there. It's just like it eats up gas on my fucking car.
You brought both of them when we went
Did
when we
I?
did together.
Oh
Yeah.
Oh
shit.
yeah,
I
yeah.
had
Because remember,
I
I
had
stole I stole the XR to go get my tires changed.
Yeah, because
yeah.
I was like, hey, I want to hop on the dirt bike and ride with you, and you're like, I guess in
Oh
my
yeah.
eyes you were like, you should drive, and I'm like, you want me to drive with somebody on the back and just want to drive with me?
Dude, that thing is indestructible. That CRF, I love that bike. I love that. It's my God. It's hard to pick between the two. I can't say that I have a favorite out of the two because I love them for different reasons. But that freaking CRF has such a place in my little heart. God, I love that thing. It's my it's my little pride and joy.
Oh wait, so didn't ever say what we were thankful for last week or 2 weeks ago.
Oh, we did
Thanksgiving.
Oh
it.
yeah,
Are we? I'm
and
not thankful for
hence,
anything.
hence why the title of the show is "Don't Forget the Gratitude," because I didn't want to forget to be thankful and grateful for stuff. Like thank you for reminding me, Mike, even though
I
it's like right here in front of me.
I got a new thing that I'm grateful for that I never thought about until today.
What?
Oh, I'm going right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was only
bro.
one of the things, but filthy rich people
You're
because
thankful for them? Go
yes,
ahead.
because of them, because of a filthy rich person, I got to ride around on an M1000RR for an hour,
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Holy shit, that's so cool, dude.
and now I get to do.
We're not gonna mention the person's name. Okay, I don't think
Yeah,
that's
I'm not
appropriate.
allowed to, but
But yeah, but
um,
we can totally talk about what you thought of this M1000
Yeah, yeah,
double
yeah. I
R.
want to hear it.
it's the smoothest bike I've ever ridden in my entire life. Like the shifting is just awesome, and the power is just awesome, and the brakes are awesome, and the suspension's awesome. Like it rides like a 600, but you've got 200 horsepower at your disposal. It's just
Oh, did you guys
and
end up
and
unlocking the bike?
and yeah, and
Oh,
it's it was like 40 degrees while I was out riding it today, but it's got heated grips, so I had the heated grips cranking, and
what?
oh, it was so it's crazy because it's very expensive. It's full carbon fiber. It's endlessly adjustable, like the suspension, the rear sets, the swing arm, the suspension height, like everything. You can change everything on it.
Wait, what's adjustable on the swing arm?
So it's got a eccentric, so you can turn it and it'll pull it back or forward to make
So
the.
you can stretch your damn bike at
I mean,
will?
we're talking millimeters, like not like anything crazy, but
Wait, you mean so like as if you were doing like a chain adjustment?
well, no, you change it for like, if you're on track that's really fast and you want a little bit longer wheelbase for more stable, you know.
Yeah. But I mean, what I'm referring to is like the amount of whatever change in length is equivalent to if you like adjusted your chain.
Hey,
A
hold on
little
a
bit
second.
more, but
Before you do that,
minimally.
Fred is trying to join and he's here, but Fred is saying you did not connect to audio, so we can't hear you. So if you can hear us, you're gonna have to figure out a way to do your audio. There should have been like a pop-up, and if you go down to like a microphone button, you should be able to connect to your audio. You
Let me
may
tell you what I'm grateful for real quick, and I'm going to tell you this. When I first started riding way heavier and I just gotten divorced, Fred was my mentor and he gave me a buttload of confidence and was a big part of why I am the rider I am today. That's my dude right there.
I have so many things I'm grateful for. It's disgusting.
Why is that?
Like
No, gratitude is
Well,
awesome. Why is it
I
disgusting?
got other things, but that one just popped up in my head today. Like I wasn't sure if I'd even ever see like an M1000 double R in the wild, let alone get to like ride one. So that was cool.
Yeah, that's pretty sick. I want to look this bike up.
I mean,
It's
so what's the difference between the M and the S?
The carbon fiber, I think all the adjustments. It's got a better electronic package. Um, it's like $30,000 more or $20,000 more.
Yeah, I mean, I rode on my friend Pies's S1000 double R on a back road that I didn't know for like only a mile or two before we got to a stop sign. And I was like, no, get me off this bike. Like I was still like, it was like last summer, last fall. I don't remember. It was a while ago, but I was still so intimidated by motorcycles. I was still too new. I couldn't really appreciate it. And like that was his baby. That was the bike of his dreams that he was finally able to get. And I was so afraid of crashing it because the back road he had me on was so shady. Like there
hmm.
was the asphalt wasn't clean. And I was like, I can just see myself totally messing this up. And
Yeah, I
Holy
mean,
sugar. This bike is over $38,000.
yeah.
it was. I know it was close to 50 when it was all said and done.
Jeez. Oh yeah, so what did you guys end up doing to it?
So we wrote it and it's unlocked now. I'm doing a full system on it tomorrow. Did the tidy tail. We're doing some of the Rizoma Go Fast flippy mirrors. And
Yeah.
For the people who are watching at home, like who would pay $50,000 for a motorcycle?
Never
mean-
once.
Who can afford to pay $50,000 for a motorcycle? Is that a better thing?
Maybe.
Well, so when I got back, I was like, would I spend $50,000 on this motorcycle? No. But would I spend $50,000 on this motorcycle? Yes.
And which
If I
motorcycle is that?
had
Come on.
the M1000R, if I had, if I had the income, like if I was like a millionaire or like multimillionaire or billionaire, and I could afford to buy this bike, I absolutely would. Even though it's a bit gawping with those big old wings and stuff up front, but
Hmm.
I'll tell you what it did do is it made me want an S1000RR because I can almost afford one of those.
Wow.
I'm not
Dude,
sure
I'm looking at the
those.
website at this, and they have like these cute little it's like they have the rotor and the right, they have the brake system up, but just rotor and just caliper, and it says stop bike, and you click the button and it tells you how fast it stops, like 189 miles per hour, and it's 10.7 seconds, by the way, but it gives you a whole visual. It's pretty neat. This is sick. Dude, wow. This bike's crazy.
It is nuts. And like is it's just like it's so light and nimble and I ride the RSV4s all the time and it's so much more comfortable than those. It was awesome. It was pretty
Yeah, I
cool.
can
I'm
imagine.
so glad you managed to have a great day on a BMW. I'm glad you
I
got to experience it,
Well,
Like,
it's an M package, so
So like, but yeah, it was it's a bike you could ride every day. Like I'm gonna say, it's a full on street legal race bike, but it's got the heated grips and it's got navigation and phone connectivity and like all the little like BMW creature comforts, but you know, it it's full carbon fiber and you know fully adjustable and everything.
who's on the BMW and MotoGP? I don't even know. Yeah, are they even a thing right now?
couple.
Well, Tyler
Yeah,
probably isn't gonna.
yeah, I was gonna say
What,
like,
in MotoGP?
oh
Yeah,
no, no, no,
no.
yeah,
Oh,
no,
MotoGP. No, they're not
Yeah.
in MotoGP. It was
So why aren't there any BMW teams in MotoGP, Mike?
probably because they don't need to be.
Fair.
Like, motorcycles is such a small percentage of what BMW does. Like, and well, sport bikes and BMW does a lot of motorcycle stuff, but sport bikes is not exactly what they're known for. Even though they make some amazing sport bikes, you know, most people that buy BMWs buy, big touring bikes or off like dual or like off-road adventure bikes. That's how they kind of made their name.
Yeah. Yeah, I always see, anytime I see an adventure bike, I could almost guarantee it's a BMW, which they look pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie.
Right? Ewan
Sometimes I
McGregor went
think,
around the world on one.
who did?
Ewan McGregor.
Who the hell is that? I know the name, but I don't know why.
He was
My God, he's
Obi-Wan
like the
Kenobi
long
in
way up
new
and then the
Star
long way
Wars.
down. He's like he narrates a lot of the things. Plus he was what wait,
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
yeah, in Star Wars.
He
He
was
was
like
he was
he was
in
in Big Fish.
Oh,
He was like
yeah.
He was like
oh, this
he
is
was the lead
funny.
character in Big Fish.
Yes, yeah. I mean, come on.
Okay. Okay.
Hopefully she's getting it. Hopefully she's getting it. I still need to
I
do my thing that I'm grateful for.
Oh yeah, what are you grateful for?
Can I do it now? Can we stop
Do
talking about
it.
W and can I just do it now?
Yeah,
Just do
do
it.
it.
Just do it.
All right.
Do
Well, like
it.
I said, I'm grateful for so many things. Like I'm just in a place of gratitude in my life, and I think that is the thing that I'm grateful for. I'm grateful that I am of a positive, happy, and grateful mindset. Like I can find pleasure and happiness in the smallest and stupidest of things. Like I will just stare out like the window, like the back window of our house and just stare into the woods. And it just it brings me joy, you know, like I will stop and stare at a weird bug and just appreciate its uniqueness or weirdness or
Didn't
its
you just
promise.
squish an ant and leave a streak on the wall?
I did clean that off. I did, but like that's the thing. Like, so I saw an ant like up like in the crease of the ceiling and the wall. And yeah, I might have killed it. I totally killed it. It's an ant. Like, come on, it's a little itty
I'm
bitty.
grateful. I'm grateful that we have a ceiling tall enough that you have to actually jump to even touch
Yes, I can do
Oh
the roof.
yeah.
yoga. I can do yoga in every room of this house, and I am not in danger of hitting the ceiling with my hands. Can I get a hallelujah and amen? Even in the room I'm in now with a drop ceiling. Like it's amazing. I'm grateful for that. Like, but yeah, I'm happy that I'm just in a place
You mean
where
like not like my apartment where I could touch flat foot or touch
or
flat
my old
palms?
house, my old farmhouse, it was terrible. Like I could literally put my arms up and I could go like this to the ceiling, you know, like yeah, it was terrible. But
Yeah,
no,
yeah, yeah.
no, it's just it feels really good to be in a place where I don't want anything. Like I don't really want anything. Like I can live without anything else. Like I want to put up my raised beds and fill it with dirt. So I guess I want dirt, but
I want dirt.
I can afford to buy dirt. You know, so.
That's fucking funny. That's
I
so
know.
funny.
Like I saw a post on Facebook today. It was like, you know, put what you need here, you know, maybe somebody has it and can give it to you. And I'm like, I don't need anything, but I want dirt.
I just want some dirt.
Some dirt
I
so I can like grow my own food and shit next year. All right,
that's fucking
hold
cool.
on. Let's see. Is Fred going to be able to join? Connecting to audio. Connecting to audio. Will he get it this time? Will he get it?
I don't know, dude.
I think he got it. He's got to unmute himself. Can he find the mute button?
Depends. How many Miller Lights has it been?
I don't know. It's a
I'm
Wednesday.
sorry, Miller High Life.
Does he drink on a Wednesday? I mean, some people
Who?
drink. Fred.
Oh, probably. I mean, I wouldn't.
Hey,
I mean,
Fred, can you find
is it really drinking if it's the champagne and the beers?
1 minute?
My internet connection.
Yeah, Mike, your internet, you keep like going in and out a little bit.
I'm in the same place I was. That's weird.
I know, but I mean, sometimes maybe because it's cold. Maybe it won't
Does that
go.
affect wifeys?
I don't know. I was just being a smartass.
I mean, I don't know. I'm asking because I really want to know.
I was just trying to think of the only thing that's different, and it's kind of cold.
Yeah, yeah, no, you might be on to something. Let's see.
I
Let's.
mean, I know with cable, like every time, like when I had cable internet with like Xfinity, every time it rained, it sucked. And then because like the way cable works, you know, the more people on the same line that are using it, the less things. So like every day when the high school kids got out of school, like my internet reception would drop down because that's when all the kids got home and started playing video games, like streaming it every time.
Hey, I got an answer. So this is the first answer on the Google goggles. Cold weather can affect internet connections in several ways. Snow and ice particles in the air can contribute to rain fade, but they also pose an additional problem for wireless internet since snow can build up on the antennas. That's not what I wanted as an answer. That's not what I'm looking
That's
for.
not going to affect us because we have fiber.
No, yeah.
One. But Mike's
Maybe it's just running
Wi-Fi.
slower because maybe the computer is cold because it's been sitting out in the shop since 2 weeks ago.
Maybe we have too many devices streaming at the moment.
I've got the TV
I
on.
don't know.
I mean, you know, it could be a lot of things like that.
But
We
yeah,
need a tech genius. What the hell?
Besides the like the filthy rich people and the ceilings that I can't touch standing, like yeah, I'm pretty grateful for everything right now. Like all of this and just everything going on in my life is pretty good right now.
You know what, Mike? I'm grateful for you.
Me?
Yeah, I'm pretty grateful.
That was like was like out of like a Christmas movie. You're grateful for me. Like,
I
It's
mean,
a Christmas miracle, Amanda.
my life
the
is like a
cutest thing
Christmas
ever.
movie these days. You know, what can I say? The house is all decorated for Christmas. It looks gorgeous.
It looks like Christmas vomited all over the house.
But like, when you ask Sophie, but in a good way. She was like,
Oh
"It looks like
man.
Christmas vomited all over," and I'm like, in a good way or a bad way? She's like, in a good way. It
Yeah.
is. It's like it's so cute. I don't know. It is awesome. I love
So did this just popped in my head since Fred is attempting to get on here. Did you know that Fred is an AMA flat track champion this season?
Wait, it said connected. It said connected. Fred, are you there? Can we hear you?
Oh God.
Yes!
Yay!
Yes, we can hear him. Oh my gosh,
All right.
celebration.
Total tech disaster with my iPhone 6.
Oh my God.
Gee,
You have an iPhone 6?
No, I think I have a 10 or 11 was my work phone. I was watching it on YouTube and then I was trying to dial in and I actually got in somehow and then it bounced me out and then it didn't want to let me do anything. So I had to like download Zoom again and then something in my privacy settings. So anyway, we're here. I'm here. Thank you.
Well, welcome, welcome. Will you please introduce yourself and let everybody know who the hell you are?
Well, for those of you who not met me, my name is Fred Clock. Some people call me Coach Fred. I'm not a coach anymore, but I am the 2023 District 6 flat track champion. And that's about it right now.
Well, congratulations. Hey, guess what, Fred? The guy who bought my house back in Maryland was a flat track guy.
Yeah, there's a lot of
who was it?
people in Maryland. They're pretty tough. It's a tough crowd.
Justin Bender.
Yeah, that's a different district. I think that's District 7 or something. There's some tough dudes down there.
Yeah, he's moved around a lot. Like, I can't remember where he was originally from. For some
Well,
reason,
he's building engines now at the shop, isn't he?
yeah, he's working out of some shop down in like I don't know, someplace near the airport in Baltimore, I think. So he's new.
There's a mini track right there, BWI, right by the airport, and then there's a couple speedways down that way too. Like I said, Maryland, Delaware, that whole area is, there's a big flat track community there. Pennsylvania's like insane flat track. That's where I've been spending most of this past summer, and it's insane. Huge community.
Oh yeah.
So since we got you on here, I was gonna say, since we got you on here, most of us, if any of us are on here, we all like, as you know, we all do the road racing side of things. So why don't you tell people why it's great to indulge in some flat track there and how it can make you better?
Yeah.
Other than it's just fucking rad.
Yeah. Well, so the road race thing is a ton of fun. I've been doing it since like the early 2000s. So I've been doing it for a little over 20 years and it's a ton of fun and it's a great community, great thing to do. But it gets expensive, gets crazy. And, it's just like anything else. It's fun, but, it's just practice, right? So same thing with dirt biking. Like I was really big into MX for a long time. And I thought that's where I was going to end my career. Was at the motocross track when I tripled a few times without intending to triple jump. And then, a lot of the fast guys that I got to hang out with, like PJ Jacobson, like guys like that. And actually I won the championship pretty much on his bike, which was even crazier. These guys, Mark Marquez, Nicky Hayden, all the Hayden brothers, they all did flat track racing. So it's something I always wanted to do. And I got to, finally do it up at OVRP and hang with some guys and have a little bit of fun. And then I did a couple night races and I just realized this is where I need to be. And this is what I need, as a racer to kind of complete that circle and to get that skill set and to be better. And you know, at the ripe old age of 47, it's a tough thing, but you know, you have to learn some new tricks. And you know, riding an R3, you have to, you know, use all your tricks to get around the track. Um, so that kind of really, you know, hit home this year. And with the flat track and the TT tracks, which is left, rights, and jumps, and you know, putting all that together was just insane. And you know, it was just a eye-opening experience, and it was the best thing I ever did, and it's the best training I ever did too. And I want to continue it, you know, and keep going.
Well, as somebody who is not getting any younger, you know, and who started her motorcycle life way, you know, way past where a lot of people do. No, that's inspiring, you know. Thank you. Because it's like I'm still younger than you. I mean, just say I'm still younger than you, but not by
Yeah,
but
I'm older.
not by
I'm
a
older
lot.
than a lot of people. I don't look that old, but I'm old.
You know,
No,
and
Fred's got the gift.
you know, I like when I go out on the track, like my main goal is like not to crash, not to die, not to need like to get a hip replacement. Like that's every time I go out, because Mike made a comment about how like, you know, I'm probably gonna crash and probably gonna break a hip, you know, just because
No,
I'm
you
old.
said you're gonna break a hip.
You brought it up first, and that's what was hilarious. I think we were talking about my mom when she had the hip surgery and the walker, and I think you were like, well, you know what's gonna happen when you crash, you're gonna break a hip. He's like, and you're like, I'm gonna make fun of you for being an old lady.
Yes,
Oh
yes,
God.
I am.
So yeah, so that's kind of like when I go out there, yes, I want to improve, I want to get better, I want to push myself, but at the same time I want to make sure I don't crash and break, especially my right hip. For some reason my right hip is the one that I would probably be more traumatic about. But yeah, it's like it's hard, you know, with going out there and learning things new, conquering fears, you know, at such an older age, middle.
But you gotta have
Advanced
the right.
stage.
Yeah, well, you gotta go out with the right gear. You got to go out with the right setup. You know, you have to maintain the bikes. You know, that's a huge thing. You know, I maintain the hell out of my bikes, and I set my bikes up a weird way. And all my bikes are, I think I'm up or down to 7, depending on how you count. They're all very strange in very different ways, and you know, they all have a purpose, right? And you know, I set them up to do what they need to do, and they need to work. And you know, if you come to the track unprepared, if you're, you know, you come to the track, doesn't matter what you're doing, and you know, you're pushing too hard, you're not feeling it, you know, like you guys said before, you know, it was raining down wherever in Barber, this and that. Well, you know, there's no coaching in the rain, and there's no really riding in the rain in my mind. You know, you can have all the best stuff in the world. If you can't see, you can't breathe, you know, you're not really riding, you're not having any fun. So just pack up your toys and go home, you know. Um, I show up to the track with, you know, easily over $100,000 worth of crap. Every time I go, I'm not throwing it away. You know, I'm there to have fun, or I'm there to win. And, you know, you gotta be in it, you know, all the way, you know. So, you know, I'm not afraid of, you know, hitting the wall. There's a lot of concrete barriers. There's a lot of steel barriers. There's not a lot of safety in flat tracking. There's a lot of people not walking around very well. There's a lot of people in wheelchairs and stuff like that, and it's a little unnerving sometimes. But you know, at the same thing can happen at the street bike track. You know, you're going much higher speeds and stuff like that, and you know, bad things can happen. So you got to take it as it is. It's a dangerous sport. It's not, you're not playing. You know, not even on a track day. You're not playing. So
Yeah.
that's it.
I,
That's it.
Mike and I have gone to like AMP, Atlanta Motorsports Park, twice this summer. And it's funny, like when you're waiting to go on track, like there's a sign and it basically says, hey, like by going on this track, you accept the risks that you may die. And it's like, I don't think I've seen that at any other tracks, but it's like right there, it's in your face. It's like, hey, you know, every time you go out there, there's a chance that things could go wrong. And you know, I think it's just that is, you know, I was talking to the guys who were pitted next to us at Barber, you know, this weekend, and we the crash truck went out. Mike didn't come back. I thought it was him, so I went over to them. I was like, "Oh my god, did you see what bike it is?" Fortunately, it wasn't Mike. He did not crash, but we were talking, and you know, I was telling them like, guys have this mentality when they go out there, like it's less fearful for them. Because men in general have this, let's go kill something mentality, where women are like, protect the children, protect the tribe. It's in our genes that we have this different approach, where men are less fearful, or women are more protective.
I don't know. We got to get Patricia Fernandez on the phone because she's king of the bagger.
I mean,
she's out
listen,
spending it every day.
Listen, Fred,
sorry,
I love Patricia
Shannon. We'll agree to
Fernandez.
disagree.
I love her. I love her so much. But if you've watched the show before, this is a sensitive subject. The last time she was brought up on the show, Amanda did not talk to me for like 6 months. So
oh no, I'm banned already till 2024. Oh well.
True. I don't think it wasn't. Okay.
The last time this conversation was brought up, Amanda went radio silent for a long time.
Oh wow! I can't believe
I don't like Patricia Fernandez. She's such a fucking bitch ass.
I'm a new fan and a new caller, and I already touched on the subject. Well, anyway,
I love her.
Like I said, everyone's taking a risk being out there. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what it is. You get 30 to 40 people out on a track at any time. Anything can happen. I think we take more risk, to be honest with you, driving to work every day. I see more idiots. The one thing that when you're on the track, nobody's got their phone, unless they've got their phone strapped to their bike somewhere, taking a video, which we've had several times at tech inspection and this and that. But at least everyone's focused and everyone's going the same direction. But you're taking a risk. I mean, this isn't, we're not in a bouncy house at McDonald's here. We're riding motorcycles, so there's a risk with everything. If you have the right equipment, if your bike's repaired, that's half of it. Things can happen. Doesn't matter. You could be in a grocery store parking lot and get killed. It doesn't matter.
This is true. If I have to die anywhere, it would be cool to be on a track, assuming I'm not in excruciating pain.
I want to go through the pearly gates upside down, backwards, and on fire.
Backwards, you say?
Yep.
No, I want to die from like the best orgasm that creates heart failure. I once. I mean,
that's like Matthew McConaughey's dad.
I want sex so good that it kills me.
Wow.
Like
you are gonna live for a very long time.
He died of a massive heart attack and had like a massive erection. And as they were taking his body out of the house, his wife was like taking the sheets off of the gurney to show like the guy's like massive boner. It's like, no, this is how this guy lives. Like this is this guy, like,
oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Wait,
Google
so
that.
How does the funeral dude, when
it wasn't a funeral, they were just taking him out of the house,
No, I understand that, but like, what do they do later? Like,
I don't know. And Matthew McConaughey is a messed up guy. I have no idea.
Yeah, Matthew McConaughey is pretty funny.
They have that oil money. They have that crazy oil money. I don't know.
Who knows, man? That's insane, though. That's so funny.
Yeah. All right. So what are you guys doing? What are you guys doing this year for riding? What's the next plan for all you guys? Track days. What are you guys doing?
I mean, of course. Well, I mean, we moved to Georgia to do the motorcycle life. So
yeah,
Mike has started, playing with bikes on the side. He's working at a motorcycle shop during the day.
Nice.
We plan on riding as much as possible, as like whatever we can. Like today, it was like 27 degrees when we woke up, which is freaking ridiculous. And Mike rode
it was like that here in New Jersey too.
Yeah, it was so
cold.
It was
so cold.
So cold. I can't wait for like tomorrow. I think the high is supposed to be like 59 down here, so that'll be nice. But yeah, Mike got so like we're just as many track days as possible. We'll likely be riding with N2 again next year as much as possible. Hopefully our friend Dave Gordon will invite us to a couple more private track days at AMP, because that's such a technical track. It's so awesome. I love it.
Cool, man. That's great.
Finally, I work at a Pro dealership, so we got the 457 coming in, which I'm not I don't know. I don't really want that, but we had the CF Moto 450 because I like riding different things than everybody
Oh, the
else.
CF, yeah, the CF looks like a cool bike. Yeah, I
So
actually there's a CF dealer near us up here, and I saw all the bikes. And then when I was at NJMP for Moto America, I saw the what is it, the 450 or whatever. And
yeah,
it's a cool bike for sure, man. I mean,
yeah,
it's
we had one come in and like it was really cool and like there's not a huge market in the US, but like over in China and stuff, they have a ton of accept like like aftermarket accessories and stuff. So I think I could make it a pretty, you know,
yeah, but it's already like 50 horsepower. I mean, it's already like insane. It's already like a
yeah,
competitive bike. If they let it, listen, if they make it something that you can actually race or they make a series out of it, hey, people will buy it.
yeah,
Otherwise, it's just going to sit. No one's going to buy it. It's like
yeah.
the
That's why
Harley.
I want to
It's
see if
like
it can. I want to see if
yeah.
it can do the endurance racing with N2 because
Yeah,
if it qualifies,
it's like the Harley electric bike. Like no one's going to buy it if, nobody can do anything with it. But no, that CF bike looks pretty legit. They didn't have that 450 earlier in the year, but they have it now. So maybe some people will buy it. But if there's no race series for it and none of the kids buy it, then it's
gonna
gonna fall.
struggle.
Yeah, it's gonna fall by the wayside because of the price points. You got Ninja 400, Ninja Double R. People who don't know anything about bikes, they don't know like the difference between the bikes. They don't know, what the bikes can do. Yamaha fell into this trap years ago. Yamaha, don't forget, in the 90s had three different 600s on the sales floor at the same time. You
Yeah.
know, they had,
Jesus.
they had the FZR 600s that were
Mm.
leftover parts bikes in 1998. They had the R6, they had the R6S, they had, you know, they just had bikes that like nobody wanted, right? And then they just sat, and then all the companies kind of went through this, with the whole fuel injection stage and all the other things. And yeah, then they had the twins, 4 cylinders, da 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 da. Now people, with the parallel twins, people are a little confused with the power and usable horsepower. That's what people don't understand. And then the track community, unfortunately, like what you guys are talking about, are less than like 1% of all riders out there.
Yeah.
So the dealerships and the manufacturers don't care about us, right?
Yeah, that's
They
what I was
want
saying.
they want
Oh,
some guy to go.
especially us women.
Well,
Especially the
that them too. Yes, Shan. I'm not discriminating here. I'm saying us track riders together. They want some dude to go out there and spend 25 grand on that R1M and just go have the time of their life. It's a 200 horsepower bike, or the BMW people, they just want them to go out there and hey, go have fun on this thing.
That's
So
like we were talking about a couple episodes ago. Like it's like the super sport class as we know it is like it's dying because no one wants a 600 because they fall in this like weird middle ground. Like the parallel twins are making such good power nowadays, and they're more affordable, and they're cheaper to insure. They're easier to ride, or they want a full on leader bike. So, like the inline 4 600 is just they just don't stand a chance anymore.
yeah,
Hey,
it is.
Such a
what
shame.
what what do you think about this single cylinder Ducati?
I saw some pictures of the motor, and I saw some like horsepower claims. And yeah, sure, it can be done, but is it going to be reliable? Other people have done some things with single cylinder bikes. Like Yamaha had an SRX 600 in the 80s that only weighed like under 400 pounds and made like some crazy horsepower. Um, some people have done it in the past. I just don't know what it's going to do. Some of the dirt bikes have some crazy horsepower, but then they don't last that long. It's like some of the KTM's last pretty good, some of them don't. It's just
Well,
you
it's
know
like I think the 4 stroke race schedule is like or rebuild schedule is like every race or every like 2 races you're supposed to rebuild the top end on the 4 strokes and
listen,
they're
Yamaha. Yeah, listen, Yamaha TZ250. If you bought a TZ250 back in 1996 or 98, whatever the last year you could buy it, right? It actually came with as many cylinders as you needed to run the race. So you bought the bike, it came with a crate of pistons and rings to rebuild it after every single race in the series. So
Really?
oh yeah. If you bought a TZ250, it cost like $20,000 back then, which is, you know, still a lot of money. And it came with, if the race was 20 races, it came with 40 cylinders or so, or 40 pistons or something. Like that's what it came with, like directly from the factory, because you have to rebuild them like all the time. They just don't last, you know. So, you know, it's like reliability. So we'll take a step backwards in time. I bought an R3 a long time ago. I just wanted to do some track days, and I just wanted to, you know, kind of get back into that whole thing. And then I met Jesse Norton from California. Like, he was out sponsoring Rocco Landers, and we were at a CCS practice, and we parked literally right next to them, or across the street, whatever you want to say. And you know, I struck up a conversation with Jesse, and actually we polished off like a 30 pack, which I'm kind of working on right now. And we rebuilt Rocco's B bike like together. And you know, and I told him, like, you know, I have a stock R3. I want to make it crazy, but I want to make it reliable. Like, what can you do for me? And he's like, oh, well, you know, I've got a whole super bike kit, but it can run on pump gas, and, you know, we can do this, but it'll be reliable, you know, at whatever horsepower rating, da da da. So I was like, okay, cool. I'll hit you up. I'll take my motor apart. I'll box everything up and send it to California, and you do what you need to do, send it back to me. And, you know, and that was really the truth. Like, it's like, I wanted reliable horsepower on pump gas, because I wanted to make sure I didn't have to rebuild this thing like every other day, you know? So that's what the guy built me, you know? I mean, and some of this stuff is like even with the flat track guys, I mean, the flat track bikes, it's just insane, because you're full throttling. If you do it the right way, right, you're going to full throttle that bike the entire time you're out there. You're not letting off, like not even for a half a second. So you're going to just destroy these motors, destroy clutches. I mean, I destroyed one motor. I destroyed a clutch. I destroyed a bunch of stuff this year, and I didn't even race the full series. So that's the kind of thing you're going to do under race conditions. It's different, right? So you are expected to, you know, you're going to pay more money. That's all it is. You're going to pay more money. You know, the faster you want to go, the more money you're going to pay.
Yeah, you got to give up, you know, when you start getting more power, like you're giving up reliability for power and performance. And, you know, that's
Yeah.
like the Italian bikes, you know, they make these crazy numbers, but they are so expensive. Like, you have to keep up with the maintenance. Like, it's not like you know, like Japanese bikes, you got to keep up with the maintenance, but they want to make something reliable. Italians are just like, it's fast, you know.
Yeah, I mean, some of these things are crummy. Some of these things have, like, you know, some crummy parts to them for sure. Some people are running fuels, like different kinds of fuels, right? Like race fuels, like MR12, things like that are very corrosive, and they mess up your valves and things like that, you know. Um, some bikes aren't meant to go that fast. You know, I know there's like five people I can count on my hand that can run like 1,000 cc bike, like full throttle around any track. I mean, really, some of these bikes, it's too much power. You know, that's why the twins and some of the other bikes, you can actually ride these things. But, you know, these guys do mods to these bikes that are just unbelievable. You know, like, how can you sink $10,000 into a little motor? You know, but you can do it. You know, trust me, you can do it.
Yeah, no, it is absolutely crazy what people do to bikes. I mean, like, honestly, like, part of me is just at a place right now where excess drives me crazy. Like, because I'm at a happy place, and I know money doesn't buy you happiness. And I don't like wasting money on things that are just going to fall apart and break anyway.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But yeah, no, it just blows my mind sometimes what people will spend money on, and then for it not to work, or not to work the way they want it to, or just to crash, and, you know, it's not insured, so they're screwed, you know. Like, I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm not at the racing level where I'm willing to throw away money like that at all.
It's not even that. When people buy bullshit ass accessories, and they're not even like at the level where they need that sort of thing. Like, I've been trying to be the person who doesn't do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like it's just like you're just throwing your money away, and if you wreck, then you definitely threw it away. Like,
Yeah, I mean, if you
what are
watch
you
people's
doing?
videos, if you watch people's videos on YouTube or whatever, they're constantly just letting off the gas. So if
Mhm.
you can't ride the bike around the track full throttle, you have no business, riding that bike. You know what I mean? Yeah, there's a couple spots you have to slow down. There's a couple spots you have to touch the brake, this and that. But I'm like, if you're not riding that bike full throttle, there's absolutely no point in getting anything faster. And I proved that on my R3. I've
Mhm.
beaten I've beaten people at Thunderbolt and Lightning with I have like my bike. I bought it for about $4,000. I mean, I have a lot of money into it, of course, but I mean, these are like 20, 30, 40. I mean, I even beat like this $50,000 this crazy Ducati around because this guy
Oh,
he couldn't let he all this guy was doing was letting off. He couldn't hit the throttle at all.
Yeah, Fred, there is nothing worse than that freaking R1. And the R1 I'm talking about. Like they're everywhere, like you're on a track and
Yeah,
like
I beat those guys.
like you can't beat
I
them
those
in like
guys hate me. Those guys.
straightaways. And then you get to a turn and you're like, oh my God. Like, and I'm not fast. I'm
Yeah,
not.
those guys don't like me because
Yeah, they frustrate me in the turn. So like I'm not super confident in passing in certain areas. I'm still a novice group, so it's like
yeah.
I'm
I
very
late
careful.
break check those guys, and
oh
I'm
they
getting more
don't like me. They don't like me when I turn around in the corner and show them what's what. But
dude,
I'm
I
getting
have
more
a
confident in my passing before the turn. Like I'm getting more confident there, but it's still a work in progress, let me tell you.
oh for sure. I have a hilarious story about Fred and I on the track not this past season, but season before. So we were okay. Let's start off as we were at Lightning, and who pitted next to us? It was a King of the Bagger. Oh my God, I'm too high. I can't remember his name. I love this
Tyler
What's
guy.
O'Hara,
Yeah,
Patricia
that's
or
right,
O'Hara.
Tyler O'Hara. Yeah, so it's Tyler O'Hara pitted next to us. I love this guy too. I love him on the
He
Super
signed my
Hooligans.
trailer and he gave me a stack of tires.
Sure did. I remember that. But I remember coming in from Lightning saying, Fred, I did a wheelie. It wasn't a big one, but I did one. I was like, oh my God. I was freaking out. I was like, I can't believe it. I came in and I like jumped on him and he's like talking to these guys, these Moto America dudes next to us. And I'm just like, ah! And then what does he do? He doesn't give me at least like a couple of sessions to just enjoy that I felt cool for the day. He comes in like the fucking like the fucking dude that he is, Fast Freddy. And he comes up right before or right at turn one, passes me down the straight. We're on the same fucking bike, okay? Down the straight, fucking full on 12 o'clocks it on me in turn, in the middle of the turn, lands it down like a badass, turns back at me. He's like, ah. Like, look at what I did. I was like, bro, I was so mad for the rest of that lap. I was like, I was super happy for him. It was the coolest thing I ever saw. I'll be honest with you. It was the fucking most badass thing I ever saw on the track. But I was like, God damn it, Fred. Like, give me a couple of sessions. Let me feel cool.
Yeah. Lightning. My bike likes that track. It's you know, like that track's a real flowing track. So you just don't want to let off when you're only working with so many horsepower. You just want to stay on it the whole time, and that's a big thing with the minis too. And that's where I think I got a lot faster, and that was like the first key to the puzzle was getting on the mini bike. So my business partner, I fix bikes part time, whatever. I have a whole nother business where I work on bikes or try to anyway. And
This is the time where you plug that so people know that you do the thing.
that's okay because I can't even keep up with it now, so I don't even want anyone to know my name. But
Not too late.
yeah, because I got 10,000 dead quads I'm looking at right now. But so anyway, so my business partner Ryan was having some struggling times and he was having some problems, riding. And I was like, listen, I said, you really need to get on the mini track and you need to get out there and have some fun. And that was one of the big things I did with Amanda too, is Amanda was struggling with her big, GSXR, which I know she still hates the fact that I made her sell it.
No.
But anyway, the biggest takeaway is that, when you're doing minis is you're just turning all the time. There's really not a lot of straightaways. There's much smaller tracks, go-kart tracks. and you learn that skill set a lot better because you're getting more laps, and all you're doing is turning all day. So like when we took Amanda to OVRP the first time, she was having so much fun and she was doing so good. Me and Ryan actually got off our bikes and we got in the middle of the track and we were taking pictures of Amanda, and Amanda was actually launching her bike so hard off the curbs she was getting airborne, like she was like liftoff, like the fucking space shuttle. She was like taking off and getting both wheels off the ground when she was hitting the curbs and when she was hitting stuff, and she was actually blown away. She was dancing with two brothers actually on bigger bikes, and they were cutting each other up like worse than like a MotoGP day, and it was the funniest thing ever. And we actually had to stop riding because we were laughing so hard because these guys were just killing it so bad. Like we're like, we have to get some of this on tape or some of this like camera. We finally did. But like that's a big piece of the puzzle I think a lot of people are missing, and that's where like mini GP, I think Carolina Motorsports Park has a big thing, and Bushnell, like Florida, mini GP. That's like a great way to get some skills and to get faster. Then doing track days. Doing track days, you're going to get fast, right? You're going to do a certain amount, but there's something missing, and this is definitely one of the pieces that helped me. So, but Amanda got a lot faster after we took her mini GP racing for sure.
Oh yeah, not only that, after that day at OVRP, I loved it. So I fell in love with it like right away. Not only did I get to ride
you were riding Ryan's bike, that's why.
Yeah, I was gonna say not only was I riding that cool ass fucking NSR 50 that you have, but I also got to ride Ryan's bike. Yeah. And then like 3 weeks later, no, it was like a week or two later. It wasn't very long. I went and bought that CRF off of Marika.
Yeah, well, you were riding Ryan's 120, and then you bought the 100. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I was like, no, I'm in it to win it. I freaking love it. I love mini moto. It's my favorite.
Yeah.
I still haven't done it. I'm still waiting for Mike just to get like the dirt bikes like in a place where I can start them, and like we have
start them.
Amazing. I can't. I don't know.
Is it Kickstart?
It is a Kickstart, but like I don't know.
It's easy. I try to like show her how to kickstart a 4-stroke, and she just isn't getting it. It's like it's easy.
The problem is like the only time I've seen him start this bike, like it was like twice. Once when he was trying to teach Sophie how to do it, and like he just yelled at her half the time.
I didn't yell at her.
Yeah, you just got to get the smallest. You got to get the smallest and dinkiest thing you can think of. It's either like a TTR 125. Or a Honda.
It's like 100
or a Honda 125.
That's 110.
Yeah. So, but like our backyard is
fine,
and there are so many trees back there. Like I have to be careful, or I will hit one and die.
No.
Oh, but that's dirt, though. That's dirt.
You're gonna wear your leathers. You're gonna wear all this stuff. There's definitely some places to go, and like actually Herring compound.
Like my thing is,
we're about 4 hours. We're like 3 or 4 hours from the Herring compound, I think.
Yeah, Herring compound. There you go,
right
there.
That's only like 3 hours in there. But no, like
but there's other people. There's a bunch of people. If you go on their page, I guarantee you, there's a bunch of people that have bikes or let you borrow a bike or something.
What about Little Tally? Doesn't Little Tally run smaller bikes too?
Well, I know Dave has a track, and like Tyler rides there all the time.
Dave.
Gordon.
Yeah, I would try. Yeah, I would try to do a thing at Herring compound. Like I was trying to go there like a few years ago with a friend, but it just kept raining every weekend, so I wasn't going to drive, 12, 13 hours.
Yeah.
To not ride. But honestly, that is a great way to improve your skill set. It's not as fast. You're definitely gonna touch the ground a few more times than you normally would on a regular bike. But at the same time, it's less speed. It's not a huge impact, and but you're gonna get more out of it. Track days. Yeah, I'm sorry, but you peter out at a certain point. Unless you go full race. And can spend these insane amount of money to do a CCS. CCS was expensive 10, 15 years ago. I can't even believe what they're charging people now. I just don't see how people are doing it. I don't even know.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, like, what do you think the future of track days are, like, as far as,
They're, they're
big
trying they're trying
tracks?
to push they're trying to push everybody out. The car clubs have taken over. They're making more money off the cars. Both of my brothers actually work on high-end car stuff now, and these guys have like an insane amount of money, and they're just feeding off of those people. Porsche Club, McLaren Club, all these whatever clubs. You're talking guys are showing up with cars that are worth more money than my house. So what do they give a shit about a guy on an R3? To pay, 300, $350 for a track day. They don't give a shit, right? They want that.
350 so expensive,
They
man.
want, they want, they
the
want
private
the other guy's
tractor,
money because they know they can afford it, and
like
it's a lawsuit thing too. And, let's face it, it's, they want to go where the money is. So if there's not a series, if there's not a race, um, you know, it's a dying thing, unfortunately. Track days were non-existent at one point, and it might go back to that. It might go back to racing only. I don't know,
no, I
because
think like the big groups. I think you're gonna see like Midwest track days went away last year. Like this was the first season.
Motorcycle excitement went away last year too, which
a
sucks
lot
there.
of a lot of people went away. Absolute went away. I have stickers on
I
my
think,
toolbox right now. There's Absolute went away. Um,
but
Duck,
I think you'll
Red
always
Duck went
have. I think
away.
you'll always have a few out there, like regardless. But
Sure.
but like they're building a brand new private members only track in Tennessee right now. And that's like what AMP is. It's like a
Oh, dude, I think my friend Brennan is supposed to be working there.
so yeah, so like I think like maybe the private tracks, and then
Interesting.
you have to either be rich or know people. Like when we go to AMP, like it is what we get 20 minutes, or is it 15 minutes at the end of every hour? So
20.
like they have a racing club, and then like people can like bring their own cars. Like it's or not a racing club, it is a racing school.
Cool.
And then they
Well,
let
that's what they all do.
yeah.
They say it's
So
a school or a defensive driving school, so they can get the
yeah.
insurance. So
Like
NYS
that
NYS
we're
all
riding, like
too.
so cars are riding, like different
Yeah.
sections, and then we get on the track with the bikes. But I think that there is like an interest in like just intrigue, that hopefully if we can like get more bikes out there, more people will follow.
Yeah, see
Well,
the problem in the Northeast is you only have about 6, 7 months of riding, and then the weekends.
That's why we moved to Georgia,
Right,
Fred.
I know, but
Why
it
we
rains
moved to
all it rains all
Georgia.
the time. I lived in North Carolina in the '90s, and I'm telling you, it rained every weekend. When I lived in Greensboro, North Carolina, it rained every goddamn weekend.
Like I said, that's why we moved to Georgia.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying. So, like up here, you only have however many months, and then you have the weekends plus the other days. There's only so much money you're going to make, right? So, um, plus you have the race series, and then you have all the other stuff.
yeah.
So it's kind of a mixed bag. Could you make 50 grand a day? Could you make how much can you make in a day? Some of those clubs played the numbers. Some guys got burned, some guys made money, some guys have unlimited money. But it is what it is. Yeah, is there a market out there? Sure. Are the track days going to exist forever? Well, yeah, the prices are going up. um it all depends on what you want to do. uh what's cool about the minis is the mini practice is still pretty affordable. Flat track is pretty affordable, however there's not a lot of practices, um because of the danger that's involved. um so you got to get out there, and you got to mix it up and do what you want to do. There's a lot of what is cool is there is a lot of schools. There are a lot of pros out there. If you're on a lot of pros pages, like Brandon Posh, for instance, right? Like he's advertising one-on-one sessions.
Yeah, and like, we were just talking about how Heron had something this week.
Yeah, PJ Jacobson
Yeah, him and
for
PJ
a
were
long
down.
time. for a long time because you know he's got to pay for this divorce or whatever he's going through. He's got private sessions. I mean, you can just hang out. I mean, I've been to the guy's house. You know, he's a cool guy. But I'm saying you could just ride with him for the day. You know, you can
That's the
pick up.
thing. Like, if you are passionate about something, you just got to get out there and find an outlet for it. But
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna totally.
What's great about the world today is you can connect with some of these people and you can actually go out there and be with those people and do some stuff too, which is really, really cool.
Yeah,
So
the access is very, very high.
yeah, that's a great thing. And that's a great thing about the world we live in today, for sure.
All right. Well, Fred, I'm going to thank you so much for joining us, but we are past our hour and we're over.
Thank you. Well, thanks for having me, and I'm sorry if I
Thank
ran
you
over,
for
but
joining
I
in.
took too long to log in, but thank you
It's
for having
okay.
me.
Like what you once you came on, you told us how old you were, so we like knew it was just like an age thing, like you know.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Not knowing how to do technology.
No, it's my phone, but thanks, Shannon. I appreciate it, and
Uh,
appreciate Michael, and appreciate Amanda, of course. And
Of course.
well, I
We'll
hope
see
I
ya.
run into you sometime next year. Okay.
Yeah, I hope you guys have a great time and some great riding. And you know, I've been following you guys, and it's you know, it's a great thing. And when I saw you guys were on tonight, I was like, oh man,
Hey,
you know.
you can come back anytime. Not
Oh,
next time. You gotta like do maybe every other.
yeah, I gotta wait. Yeah, I'll wait a little bit. I gotta wait for some
Wait,
stories.
yeah, wait, give us some stories, come back when the time's right, but
Yeah,
yeah,
I'll wait for some stories. All
I'll
right.
let
Well,
you come
thank
back.
you.
The next
Thank
time I want
you.
to see your face, okay? Can I see your face next
Oh
time?
yeah, I'll try to not have my hoodie on and my.
All right. I mean,
I mean,
because
I'm
you,
in
you
like
have a good
I'm in
face,
my
Fred.
garage right now
Have,
with the space heater. So yeah.
I mean, but you have a good face. You should show it. It's
Oh well, thank you. Well, thank you.
I mean, it's pretty good for an old guy.
Oh, fuck you guys.
Oh man. All right. Well, I'll take that as a compliment. Thank you.
And also remember the first time I met you, Amanda
Yes.
said you find the old guy, and I went and I'm like, he's not old.
Yeah. I remember. I remember.
My age. Like, what the hell?
Dude, Fred's one of
Anyway.
my favorite friends, dude. Of course I gotta fucking talk some
All
shit.
right, well, everybody,
Oh man.
thank you for being on the show, Fred. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We appreciate you. Thank you for hanging out with us and just enjoying our craziness. We're just a bunch of friends who just want to talk about motorcycles and what other BS we come up with in the moment. So thank you guys, and hopefully you all come back in 2 weeks and have another hump day hang out with us again. So until then, please go follow Amanda at Stay Fast and Weird on TikTok, Instagram, Mike at Twisty Rider on Instagram and TikTok or whatever, and then me, Odious. So go find me everywhere. Love you all. Take care and peace out. All right, we are officially